"You're not worthy of our son." She was a billionaire too. You know, when people ask about this story, it always starts with a deep breath, because even now, years later, the heart still races thinking about everything that happened. This is the tale of Aaliyah, and it's about to share the most painful, humiliating, yet ultimately triumphant day of her entire life. This is the story of how she went from being treated like trash at her own wedding to showing a room full of billionaires exactly who they were messing with. But to understand how explosive that wedding day was, you need to know how it all began. Aaliyah and Jamal met in high school. Oh, that boy was something else. Tall, handsome, with a smile that could light up any room. Before diving into this story with y'all, do something real quick. Drop a comment telling where you're watching from and what time it is there. Love seeing my beautiful audience tuning in from around the world. Hit that subscribe button and like this video. Your support means everything. Aaliyah stared at the flickering bulb in the cramped kitchen, the one her mama had been promising to fix for months. North Memphis heat clung to her skin like a bad memory, and the smell of yesterday's fried chicken lingered in the air. She was 12 when her daddy passed. Heart attack on the factory floor, no insurance, no nothing. Left her mama scraping by as a substitute teacher, juggling bills like they were hot coals. Some nights it was lights or dinner, but Aaliyah, she wasn't about to let that define her. She grabbed her backpack, stuffed with cheap snacks from the wholesale club, chips, sodas, candy bars she'd bought with the little cash from babysitting gigs. The high school cafeteria was her battlefield. Kids were always hungry, and vending machines jacked up prices or busted half the time. "Why not fix that myself?" she muttered, slinging the bag over her shoulder. First day she made $20. Felt like a fortune. Word spread like wildfire. "Aaliyah's got the goods, cheaper than the machine." By week's end, triple that. Her mama caught her counting singles on the kitchen table one night. "Baby girl, what are you up to?" Mama's voice was tired, but there was a spark in her eyes. "Solving problems, Mama, like you taught me." Aaliyah grinned, handing over half the stack. "This for the lights." Mama pulled her into a hug, tight and fierce. "Being poor doesn't make you worthless. Hard work gets you places." Fast forward to senior year. Aaliyah's snack hustle had blown up. Bulk buys, reasonable prices, now pulling in more than Mama's paycheck. She hired a couple of friends from the projects, kids like her who needed cash badly. Tasha, about to drop out for book money, stayed in thanks to the gig. Michael eased up on his mom's three-job grind by covering his own meals. Aaliyah felt that power, the rush of lifting folks while building her own empire. That's when Jamal walked into her life. Tall, dark-skinned, with a smile that hit like sunshine after a storm. Crowded cafeteria, he was Hess striding over like he owned the place. "Mind if I sit?" "Name's Jamal." She eyed him, backpack bulging with unsold chips at her feet. "Depends. You buying?" He laughed deep and easy. "Deal. Hook me up with some Doritos." They clicked instantly. Jamal was pre-med, or so he said, but his heart wasn't in it. He dodged questions about his family, changed the subject smooth as silk. "You'll meet him when it's right, baby." Aaliyah figured maybe they were private or struggling like hers. She didn't push. Love made her blind that way. But her hustle didn't stop. Notice dorm rooms were pigsties. Kids too busy, lazy, or sick to clean. Inspections looming, fines stacking, light bulb moment. "Jamal, what if I start a cleaning service? For students. I know how. Mama drilled it in me. Hire folks who need work." He looked at her. Admiration mixed with something shadowy she couldn't place. Guilt, maybe? But he nodded. "Sounds fire, Aaliyah. Go for it." She did. Started solo, $15 a room, scrubbing toilets caked with who knows what, organizing closets like war zones. Backbreaking, but each dollar screamed victory. 2 months in, demand exploded. Recruited more, 15 kids total, all from rough spots. Trained them, supplied them, watched them transform. One girl paid off her grandma's meds. A guy bought his first suit for interviews. Jamal watched too, proud but distant sometimes. "You're different, Aaliyah. You don't whine, you fix shit." Made her blush, this fine man seeing her grind. College hit, both at the University of Memphis. Her businesses boomed, cleaning across 3 campuses, snacks supplying offices now, learned web design on YouTube and social media marketing late at night. Orders poured in from strangers. By sophomore year, 50K a month. The girl who once counted pennies for lunch was stacking real paper. Jamal, miserable in pre-med. Family expects it, he'd confess, staring out her dorm window. But I want to fix cars, restore classics, engines, designs, all that. His pops thought mechanics were beneath us. Hit Aaliyah wrong. Her hands built everything she had. But she saw his pain. Change your major then. Can't. They'd cut me off. She paced, fire in her veins. Look at me, Jamal. Built this from nothing. We'll make it happen ourselves. That night sealed it. Packed. He'd switch to automotive tech secretly, keep a pre-med facade. She'd fund the shift. Not saving him, investing in them. 2 years flew by. Her companies exploded. Cleaning in 4 states, food distro for events and hotels. Net worth? Over 10 mil. Jamal finished his degree, interned at high-end shops, and built a reputation. Time to launch his garage. Need 200K startup, he said, poring over plans. Can't ask Dad without spilling. Don't ask. She liquidated investments and secured loans on her biz collateral. Friday, 180K in his account. He teared up at the bank. How do I repay this? Build the best damn shop in town and love me like I love you. Classic Dreams Garage opened 6 months later. Converted warehouse, top gear. Celebs and politicians are booking months out. Million in revenue in the first year. Jamal glowed, confident now. Aaliyah, thriving but ready for more. When are you taking me home, Jamal? Fear flashed in his eyes. Soon. She pushed. 6 years together. He knew her fam, Sunday dinners, all. But his? Ghost? Ashamed of me? Never. You're everything. Then truth trickled. Family tradition. Expected marriage in their circle. Wealthy circle. How wealthy? Enough. They think outsiders are gold diggers. Punch to the gut. I got my own money. They don't know that. Tell them. It's complicated. They've picked someone. Ebony, Dad's partner's daughter. The world spun. You've been with me while they planned your wedding to her? Not engaged, never dated her. Only you. But he hadn't fought it. Silence stretched. Do you love me? With everything. Want to marry me? More than air. Then take me home this weekend. Okay. The drive to his family's estate twisted her stomach. Mansion loomed. Columns, gardens, maid-opening doors, marble floors, chandeliers screaming old money. The dining room is massive, a table set for elites. His folks, Dad commanding, silver-haired, Mom polished, blonde streaks. Pablo, Jamal brought a friend. Girlfriend, he corrected. Polite smiles but eyes judged. Her dress nice but not designer, shoes practical. Questions drilled. What does your father do? Passed when I was 12. Mom's a retired teacher. Pity glances. Noble work. And you? Own 2 businesses. Cleaning, food distro. Industrious. Sneer hidden. Revealed her success. 12 pinars revenue last year. Impressed? Barely. Then Jamal's truth. Not pre-med, mechanic. Funded by her. Dead silence. So you abandoned medicine. Had your girlfriend pay? Investment, she snapped. How convenient. Accusations flew. Manipulator, gold digger. Jamal stood. Enough. But damage done. What about Ebony? Mom smiled coldly. His fiancée. The world tilted. Aaliyah bolted, Jamal chasing. Choose me or them. I need time. Broke her. Drove off, tears burning. Rage at them. At him. At herself. Aaliyah slammed her laptop shut in the tiny dorm room, the screen's glow fading like her last bit of patience. College life at the University of Memphis was a grind. Classes by day, business by night. But damn if it wasn't paying off. Her cleaning service had jumped from 1 campus to 3, coordinators handling the chaos while she trained supervisors. Can't do it all alone anymore, she told herself, rubbing her temples. Hired folks from the hood, single moms, and kids dodging dead-end jobs. One lady, Keisha, showed up for an interview with bags under her eyes deeper than the Mississippi. Need this bad, kids gotta eat. You're hired, Aaliyah said, handing over supplies. We lift each other here. Keisha's first paycheck, tears streamed down her face. Ain't nobody believed in me like this. Aaliyah felt the fire. Her empire wasn't just cash, it was changing lives, one scrubbed toilet at a time. The snack biz evolved too. No more backpack hustles, now supplying office buildings, corporate cafeterias, and even events. Bulk deals with suppliers, inventory apps. She coded herself after YouTube tutorials. Social media blew it up. Instagram posts of fresh deliveries, TikToks on quick setups. Orders hit from folks she'd never met. Word of mouth turning into digital gold. 50 grand a month, she whispered to her reflection one morning, stacking bills for mama's debts. Girl from North Memphis, penny pinching for lunch, now bawling like that? Surreal. Jamal crashed through her door that evening, textbooks under his arm, looking beat. Organic chems kicking my ass. He flopped on her bed, eyes distant. She straddled him playfully, kissing his forehead. Why grind through it if it sucks your soul? Family thing. Expectations. He averted his gaze, fingers tracing her arm absent-mindedly. Aaliyah paused, sensing the wall he always built. What you really want, Jamal? He sat up, voice low. Cars. Restoring classics. Engines purring like they just rolled off the line. Been obsessed since I was a kid tinkering in the garage. But your pop says mechanics are, what, servants? He winced. Yeah, doctors got respect. Hands-on work, beneath us. She hopped off, pacing the cramped space. Bullshit. Look at me. Built all this with my hands. Cleaning messes, stocking shelves. Ain't nothing shameful. I know, baby, but they control the wallet, school, everything. Then flip the script. Her eyes lit up. Change majors on the low. Automotive tech shorter. I'll back you. Fund the switch. His jaw dropped. Aaliyah, I can't let you. You ain't letting me. We're partners. She grabbed his hands. I invest in us. The conversation dragged till dawn. Jamal spilled the pressure. Family strings attached to every dollar, dictating his path. Aaliyah shared her expansion dreams. Websites, social blasts reaching beyond Memphis. By sunrise, the pact was sealed. He'd fake pre-med, dive into auto tech. She'd float the cost from her profits. Pause hit her hard. I ain't your sugar mama, Jamal. This is our future. He pulled her close. I get it. You're my rock. The next 2 years blurred into a hustle. Aaliyah's cleaning ops hit 4 states. Regional bosses, local crews, food distro, vending machines in hotels and cafeterias are stocked with fresh items. Self-taught SEO, ads popping up on Facebook. 10 mil net worth, she confided to Mama over the phone, voice cracking. We made it. Jamal transformed too. While folks thought he was buried in chem labs, he clocked hours at upscale restoration shops. Master mechanics teaching him tricks. Tearing down engines, rebuilding sleeker. Confidence bloomed. The lost pre-med kid turned into a gearhead wizard. Check this, he'd text. Pics of a '67 Mustang he revived. Paint gleaming like new money. Graduation loomed. James is ready to launch his spot. 200K minimum. Tools, location, inventory. Can't tap dad without the truth bomb. She cut him off. Then don't. Liquidated stocks, biz loans. Boom, funds transferred. At the bank, he choked up. Aaliyah, this is everything. Build it big, love me fierce. Classic Dreams garage swung doors 6 months later. Warehouse revamp. High bays, pro lifts, space for a fleet. First year, celebs rolling in, politicians too. Bookings 8 months out, revenue hitting 7 figures. Jamal strutted now, grease on his hands but pride in his step. Aaliyah watched, heart swelling. Her ventures? Cleaning crews are employed across states, food ops catering to big events. But late nights, doubts crept. Jamal, when are we meeting your people? He'd freeze, eyes shifting. Soon, baby. They're complicated. 6 years and I ain't met a soul. Your fam knows my whole crew, Sunday dinners, cousins crashing. But yours? Radio silence. Ain't you, they're old school. Expect certain matches. Her stomach nodded. Like what? Social circle shit. Money marries money. She felt the sting. I got money now. But they don't know you. Think anyone's after the bag. Gold digger? After I funded your dream? He hugged her tight. I know the truth. Just need time to break it. But time stretched. Excuses piled. Family event. Bad timing. Dad's stressed with business. Aaliyah swallowed the hurt, focusing on growth. Hired more from struggling spots. Ex-cons turning lives around. Immigrants grabbing first gigs. One dude, Ray, fresh out. Detailed cars like art. You gave me a shot when nobody would. That's the point, she said, clapping his shoulder. We rise together. Jamal's sadness flickered sometimes, watching her empire hum. He knew his folks would never vibe with a self-made queen from the blocks. You're too good for this world, he'd murmur, kissing her deeply. But the avoidance gnawed. One porch night, sharing her latest snack haul, she pushed. Jamal, am I worth the fight? Every damn day. Yet the intro never came. Doubt seeded, subtle, like a crack in concrete. Why hide? Was it her? The hood roots? She shoved it down, poured into biz. But isolation lingered, a quiet ache in the glow of success. Aaliyah gripped the passenger seat as Jamal's car wound through the rolling hills outside Memphis, the city skyline fading in the rear view like a bad dream she couldn't shake. Her stomach twisted, not from nerves exactly, but from the unknown. 6 years with this man, and now finally meeting his folks. You sure about this? She asked, forcing a smile. Jamal kept his eyes on the road, knuckles white on the wheel. Yeah, baby, just be you. The estate hit like a slap. Massive brick mansion with white columns towering like judges. Gardens manicured to perfection. Aaliyah's mouth went dry. This wasn't rich. This was generational wealth screaming, you don't belong. A maid, actual uniform and all, opened the door, leading them through a foyer with marble floors and a chandelier that probably cost more than her mama's house. Master Jamal, the maid said, voice clipped. Your family awaits in the dining room. Aaliyah shot Jamal a look, but he just squeezed her hand. Double doors swung open to a room bigger than her childhood home, a table set for royalty. His parents at the head, dad tall, silver-haired, exuding boss energy. Mom elegant, with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. 3 other couples scattered around, all suited up like it was a board meeting, not Saturday lunch. Jamal, son, his dad boomed, standing. Glad you made it. And you brought company. Girlfriend, Jamal corrected, voice steady but tight. This is Aaliyah. Mom's eyes flicked over her. Hair, dress, shoes, like appraising knockoff jewelry. How lovely. Sit, dear. Lunch is served. Aaliyah slid into a chair, feeling every eye dissecting her. Her dress was cute, bought specially, but not Versace. Jewelry simple, shoes comfy. In this den of lions, she might as well have worn a hood rat sign. Staff, yes, staff, brought salads, silent as ghosts. So, Aaliyah, Dad said, fork poised. Tell us about yourself. What does your father do? Gut punch. Not what do you do, but Daddy's job, like her worth, hung on that. She swallowed hard, chin up. He passed when I was 12. Mom's a retired teacher. Silence dropped like a bomb. Glances ping-ponged, pity mixed with dismissal. Mom clucked her tongue. Oh, honey, so sorry. Teaching's such noble work. Noble. Code for broke and irrelevant. One of the women leaned in, pearls gleaming. And you, dear, what keeps you busy? I own 2 businesses, cleaning service and food distribution. More glances, smirks hidden behind napkins. How enterprising, Dad said, tone dripping with condescension. Where'd you study business? Didn't. Started in high school, learned on the fly. Self-taught, a man chuckled, not impressed. Fascinating. Jamal squeezed her knee under the table, tension radiating off him. Aaliyah straightened, fire building. Yeah, self-taught. Built him from scratch. Employ over 200 now across 4 states. 12 million in revenue last year. That shut him up for a second. Dad's eyebrows shot up. Impressive for someone so young. From a teaching background? She bit back a retort. Hard work. Saw needs. Filled them. Treat employees right. Customers better. And Jamal here? Mom chimed, voice sweet poison. What was he up to while you hustled? Jamal tensed. Pursuing my path. Medicine, you mean? Dad pressed. Aaliyah glanced at him. Speak up, baby. He cleared his throat. Actually, automotive tech. Own a restoration garage now. Dead air. Mom repeated it like a curse. A mechanic. I'm a specialist, Jamal fired back. Vintage cars. Waiting list is a year long. Dad's face hardened. My son's a grease monkey. Successful one, Aaliyah interjected. Featured in mags, celebs lining up. How'd you fund this venture? Dad's eyes narrowed. Jamal met his gaze. Aaliyah invested. Pin drop. Mom's polite mask cracked. I see. So you ditched med school, let your girlfriend foot the bill. Investment, Aaliyah snapped. Paid off big. How strategic, Mom sneered. Girl from your background latches on, sways him from a real career, funds a hobby shop. Aaliyah's face burned. Excuse me? You see how it looks, dear. Opportunistic. Jamal shot up, chair scraping. Mom, stop. Is it stopping? Dad laughed, no humor. We groomed you for respectability, not this. I never wanted doctor life. That was y'all's dream. And Ebony? Mom dropped the bomb, smiling coldly. Aaliyah's head whipped. Who? Ebony Santangelo, Mom purred. Jamal's fiancée. Families planned it years ago. Business ties, perfect match. The world spun. Aaliyah stared at Jamal. Fiancé? Baby, it's not. Is it true? Complicated. Never agreed. Never dated her. Only you. But you let him plan it. 6 years and you hid this? Dad stood. Young lady, calm down. Don't tell me to calm. She whirled on him. Y'all insult me? Question my grind. Act like I'm trash because I ain't born silver spoon. Responsibilities, Mom mocked. Jamal has obligations. Not some fling with a cleaner. Aaliyah's vision blurred, tears hot. But what gutted her? Jamal is standing there, letting it rain down. The man she funded, loved, and built with, silent as a statue. You're right about one thing, she spat at Mom. I'm beneath y'all, 'cause I got class, see folks for who they are, not their bank. She turned to Jamal. And you, letting this slide, knowing it'd go down like this? Aaliyah, please. Done. She stormed out, foyer, door, fresh air hitting like freedom. Jamal chased, grabbing her arm by the car. Wait, she yanked free, tears streaming. Choose, Jamal, me or them. It's not simple. Pressure, business, simple as hell. They tore me apart, you watched. I need time. Those words shattered her. Take it, but don't expect me to wait. She peeled out, gravel flying, rage boiling over betrayal. How could he? After everything. Aaliyah hit the gas pedal hard, tears blurring the highway lines as the mansion shrank in her mirror. Rage boiled in her chest like bad coffee. How dare they? How dare he? 6 years poured into that man, funding his dream while he let his folks carve her up like yesterday's turkey. Time, he'd said, like she was some side chick waiting on scraps. She swerved into her apartment lot, slamming the door so hard the frame rattled. Inside, she paced, fist clenched. Fuck that. Work. That's what she did best. Drown the hurt and hustle. The next morning, bloodshot eyes staring back from the bathroom mirror, she fired up her laptop. Emails piled like unpaid bills. Expansion bids for 2 more states on cleaning. Food distro contracts with new hotel chains. Distraction mode, she muttered, diving in. Called her coordinators. Push the hires, focus on underserved spots. By noon, she'd acquired a small competitor, integrating their routes seamlessly. Numbers crunched, revenue spiking, jobs created. But late night, alone on the couch with a cold beer, the replay hit. Mom's sneer, Dad's laugh. Jamal's silence. She hurled the bottle at the trash can, missing wide. Weak ass. Weeks blurred into a grind. Aaliyah clocked 18-hour days, phone glued to her ear. Keisha, train the new crew. Folks from the projects. Give 'em a real shot. Her team swelled, stories pouring in. A single dad covering his kids' braces. A teen mom affording daycare. This ain't just business, she told a meeting via Zoom. Voice steel. We're building ladders out of the hole. But the ache lingered, sharp as a paper cut. Jamal blew up her phone, calls, texts, and flowers at the office. She ignored them all, deleting voicemails mid-sentence. Can't forget you standing there, doing nada. 3 months in, midnight pounding woke her. She yanked the door open, robe half-tied. Jamal stood there, looking wrecked. Bags under eyes, shirt rumpled like he'd slept in it. Aaliyah, please, talk. Against every screaming instinct, she stepped aside. Make it quick. He collapsed on the couch, head in hands. I left him. Told my parents I'm marrying you, approval or not. Her heart flipped, but walls stayed up. What did they say? Disowned me. No money, no inheritance, no connections. He looked up, eyes raw. Terrified as hell. Never stood on my own. But you've been doing it since you were 17. Built empires from dirt. Strongest woman I know. Want to be worthy. Hope flickered, but caution won. Sure? 'Cause I ain't doing this dance again. No more humiliation. No more weak stands. Dead sure. He grabbed her hands. Fought 'em tooth and nail. Threats, manipulation. Pushed marriage to ebony hard. But she doesn't want it either. In love with someone else. Trapped like me. Aaliyah pulled back, processing. Now what? Prove I'm the man you deserve. That night, talk flowed till dawn. His blowouts with parents, Ebony's secret. 2 weeks later, he proposed in the garage, down on one knee amid engine parts. The ring he designed, paid for with his earnings. Marry me, Aaliyah. Yes. But shadows loomed. Harassment kicked off immediately. Jamal's dad rang clients, whispering poison. Reconsider that disgraced mechanic. Mom spread tea in elite circles. Gold digger snagged our boy. But Aaliyah? They came for her hard. Anonymous complaints flooded. Health inspections finding ghost violations. Labor probes on phantom issues. IRS audits dragging months. Lawyers bleeding cash. Another lawsuit, she groaned one evening, slamming files on the desk after a 12-hour war room. Frivolous bullshit on cleaning regs. Jamal rubbed her shoulders. They won't quit while we're together. Then we tie the knot. Show 'em unbreakable. A wedding amps 'em up. Elope then. Vegas, Elvis style. No spectacle for 'em to wreck. She shook her head, fire reigniting. Nah, big wedding. Invite those who matter. Let 'em try crashing. You sure? After all this? Smile crept, dangerous. Baby, they got no clue who they're fucking with. Planning turned mission. Booked Peabody Hotel rooftop, river views exclusive. Caterers, florists, and photographers are top tier. Guest list, her fam, friends, biz partners, community heads who'd seen her rise. Jamal's crew from the garage, and yeah, invited his folks too. They won't show, he said, eyeing the invites. Let 'em, our day. What Jamal didn't know. She plotted deeper. While they attacked, she expanded fierce, cleaning into 2 more states, food ops acquiring rivals. Built relationships, politicians, execs respecting her grind. And the ace? Jamal's garage caught big eyes. A consortium for a massive project. 880 mil luxury auto center, global clients. She'd quietly formed Heritage Automotive Holdings, funneling profits, snagging investors. Vision, elite restorations, millions per vehicle. Jamal as lead specialist, part owner. But she controlled it all. Primary investor, strings in hand. Announcement plan post-wedding, but now, weaponized. Attacks ramped. Fake reviews tanking her ratings. Suppliers ghosting on tips from Jamal's dad. Psych warfare, she told her lawyer over coffee, fist balled. Exhaust me till I bail. Won't work, he said. Your books are clean. Damn right. But exhaustion hit. Sleepless nights plotting counters. Tumult built in her gut. How far would they go? What if the wedding day brought the knockout punch? One eve, staring at blueprints for the 880 mil beast, she smirked. Y'all started this storm. Wait till I bring the thunder. Aaliyah woke to sunlight filtering through lace curtains in her mama's old bedroom, the scent of fresh coffee wafting up from downstairs. Tradition. The bride spends the night before away from the groom. She stretched, heart pounding, not just from nerves but from the weight of it all. Today she tied the knot with Jamal, showing his toxic fam they couldn't break her. Mama knocked softly, balancing a mug. Baby girl, you ready for this circus? Aaliyah sat up, forcing a grin. Ready as I'll ever be, Mama. Mama perched on the bed edge, eyes searching. Sure about marrying into that mess? His people? They don't want you. Aaliyah's jaw set. Remember what you said after Daddy died? Folks'll try making me small because of my roots. I either shrink or show 'em how big I am. Mama chuckled, hugging her tight. Show 'em then. 3 hours later, the bridal suite at the Peabody, Mississippi River, glittered below like a promise. Aaliyah stood before the mirror in her gown, elegant silk hugging her curves, not flashy but fierce. Her maid of honor, Tasha, fussed with the veil. You're glowing, girl. Jamal's jaw's gonna drop. Knock echoed. Aaliyah called, wait, come in. Expecting the coordinator, or Jamal, to sneak peek. Instead, Mrs. Loretta Richardson, Jamal's mom, slipped in, dressed sharp as a knife, but eyes jittery. Tasha glanced at Aaliyah, who nodded. Give us a minute. The doorknob clicked shut. Loretta paced to the window, back straight but hands twisting her purse strap. Aaliyah, we need to talk. What for? Aaliyah crossed her arms, pulse spiking. Loretta turned, voice low. An offer, $5 million. Aaliyah's breath hitched, but she kept cool. For what? Walk away. Leave Jamal at the altar. Vanish from our lives. Loretta's eyes pleaded almost, but steel underneath. Aaliyah stepped closer, voice steady. Pay me to ditch your son on our wedding day? Do what's best for everybody. Loretta pulled a check from her bag, holding it out like bait. Aaliyah ignored it, staring down at the river traffic. Guests arrived below, her feminine Sunday best, excited chatter floating up. Mrs. Richardson, what scares you so bad? Ain't scared. Yeah, you are. Terrified of me. What I stand for. And what's that? Sneer crept in. Chan Mai. My being happy with Jamal means your control crumbles. Love over status? Shakes your whole world. Loretta paused, then upped it. 6 million? Aaliyah laughed cold. 60 wouldn't cut it. I ain't for sale. Everyone's got a price. Wrong. Self-respect. Love. No tags on that. Aaliyah's fist balled. I got my own empire. Don't need your circles or cash. Just your son. Loretta's mask slipped, desperation showing. When it's not enough or excluded from deals, connections, you'll regret. I'll build my own. Done it my whole life. Long stare down. Then Loretta dug deeper. One more thing. Jamal signed the prenup. Ice shot through Aaliyah's veins. What prenup? Ours. Lawyers drew it. He signed yesterday. Protects family assets. If it crashes, you get zilch. Loretta pulled thick papers from her purse, thrusting them. Aaliyah scanned, gut twisting. Not just money, clauses on living spots, kids count, her work limits, social do's and don'ts. Turned her into a puppet, and Jamal's signature, bold at the bottom. Rage boiled, hands shaking. Get out! Aaliyah, I know it's upsetting. Out! Voice cracked like thunder. Loretta bolted. Aaliyah stood alone, papers crumpling in her fist. Not the money, she never wanted theirs. But Jamal signing without a word? Betrayal hit fresh, stomach churning. Bastard, she whispered, tears pricking. But wait. Something's off. Signature too perfect? She squinted, heart racing. Forgery? Mom's desperate enough. No time to spiral. She stripped the gown, fabric pooling like shed skin. Grabbed the black dress. Back up, simple but sharp. Hands steady now, rage fueling calm. The mirror showed a warrior, eyes steel. They unleashed the wrong storm. The hallway buzzed. Family milling, confused by her outfit. Cousin Denise grabbed her arm. Aaliyah, what the hell? Ceremony's in 5. Change of plans. Everything's going to be straight. Smile dangerous, she pushed on. The elevator dinged down to the ceremony level. Betty, the coordinator, rushed up, face pale. Aaliyah, you're not in your dress. We start soon. Round up everybody. Reception hall instead. Important announcement. Betty blinked. What kind of change? Unforgettable kind. Aaliyah strode off, pulse thundering. Groom's area. Jamal pacing with groomsmen, tuck sharp. He froze, seeing her. Baby, why the black? What's up? Private talk. Groomsmen scattered like roaches. Alone, she faced him, voice ice. Did you sign a prenup? His brow furrowed genuinely. What prenup? Your mom just hit my room with a contract. Says you signed. Controls everything. Where we live, my biz, and kids. Makes me your family's bitch. Jamal's face twisted with fury. She what? I swear on everything. Ain't seen or signed shit. Mom's lying her ass off. His shock rang true, eyes blazing. But that made it worse. Loretta forging docs on the wedding day? Desperation peak. Your fam won't stop. Proved it today. He sank into a chair. I don't know how to fix this. I do. She grabbed his collar. Choose me, for real. Actions, not words. Even if it means blasting in public. Yes. He stood, gripping her hands. Should have done it sooner. Was a coward. Let fear hurt you. Ready to man up? Be the husband you deserve. She kissed him fiercely, claiming, trust me? With my life. Tell guests the bride needs a few. Herd him to the reception for the announcement. He nodded, confused but game. What are you planning? Showing who they've been messing with. She watched him go, then pulled her phone. 3 calls. Assistant for biz docs, lawyer for contracts, Ebony. Yeah, the arranged one. Ebony picked up quickly. Aaliyah, wedding day, everything good? Proposition, help shock our families? Pause, then laugh. Spill. 20 minutes later, Aaliyah hit the reception hall. Decor popped. Flowers, tables pristine, but vibe tense, whispers rippling. Jamal front, nervous steel, his fam at their table. Loretta smug like she'd won. Her people clustered, with worried glances. Biz folks curious. She grabbed the mic for toasts, the room hushing. Time to unleash. Aaliyah gripped the mic stand, the cool metal grounding her as the reception hall fell dead quiet. Flowers bloomed everywhere, tables sparkling under chandeliers, but the air crackled like a storm about to break. Jamal stood front and center, eyes locked on her, tense but trusting. His fam sat smug at their table. Loretta's lips curled like she'd already won, Dad leaning back all superior. Her people huddled, whispers buzzing. What's going on? Biz folks shifted, curious brows raised. Good afternoon, y'all, Aaliyah said, voice booming steady. I know you're wondering why we're jammed in here instead of watching a ceremony. Truth is, plans changed. Not because Jamal and I don't love each other. We do, deeper than ever. But before vows, some truth's gotta drop. Some folks need schooling on who they're really dealing with. Loretta started rising, but Dad's hand clamped her arm, holding her down. Murmurs rippled. For 6 years, I've loved this incredible man, Aaliyah continued, pointing at Jamal. Talented, hardworking, kind. Deserves way better than the fam that raised him. Gasps hit, shocked, edged with edge. His people spent months trying to shatter us, insulted my roots, grilled my motives, threatened my biz, and today, happiest damn day, they hit with lies and fake docs. Loretta bolted up. Lies! Sit your ass down, Mrs. Richardson, Aaliyah snapped, tone cutting like glass. I ain't done. Loretta sank slowly, face flushing, Room's eyes pinned her. But here's what they miss, Aaliyah said, pulling a folder from her purse, holding it high. They peg me as some broke girl chasing cash. Think I need their nod, their crew, their blessing. She locked onto Jamal's parents. Wrong as hell. Folder flipped open. Since y'all are cessed with money and deals, let's talk paper. Here's a contract for an $880 million auto restoration hub, the biggest in the South. Creates over 2,000 jobs, pulls global clients, puts Tennessee on the map for luxury rides. Silence sucked the air out. Jamal's eyes widened. He knew bits, but not this. Primary contractor was set for Jamal Richardson, Classic Dreams garage owner. His skills? I've seen him, backed him. This would have blown his shop sky high. Dad leaned forward, greedy spark in his eyes. You can't, Aaliyah cut him. But biz partnerships need trust, respect. Folks who honor deals, not stab backs. She stared daggers at the parents. Y'all showed none. Manipulation, threats, control over partnership and love. She gripped the contract edges, tore it slowly, echoing like a slap. Pieces fluttered to the floor. Dad shot up, chair crashing. You can't do that. That's $880 million. Yeah, it is, Aaliyah said, smile lethal. Was gonna be Jamal's, but your bullshit convinced me he ain't ready. Might pick family approval over integrity. The room erupted, whispers turning to chaos. Jamal's fam bickered low, her people gawking, biz suits scribbling notes. Frantic. Aaliyah pulled her phone and hit speaker. Robert, you there? Here, Aaliyah. Announce the new contractor for Heritage Automotive Holdings. New lead, Santangelo Custom Automotive, owned by Ebony Santangelo, Nashville. Pin drop quiet shattered. Loretta went ghost white. Ebony? Door swung. Ebony strode in, suit sharp, radiant confidence. Hey, Mrs. Richardson. Surprise, Dad sputtered. Ebony, what the... how? Ebony grinned widely. Taking my life back like Aaliyah showed me. Aaliyah took the mic again. While y'all schemed to wreck me and Jamal, I dug deep. Learned about Ebony. The one you shoved at your son. Found out she's a beast. Top Vanderbilt engineer. Custom mods as hobby. Ideas that could flip the industry. Pause for effect. Also found she's trapped like Jamal. Loves someone her fam hates. Victim of your games. Ebony stepped up. Aaliyah gave me what my people never did. Shot based on skills, not obedience. So let me break it down, Jamal said slowly, piecing it. You handed Ebony the $880 million gig meant for me. Yep, Aaliyah said, 'cause my fam's crap made you think I ain't trustworthy. Spot on. Jamal scanned. Parents stunned, Ebony beaming, guests hooked. Then he burst laughing. Real, belly-deep joy. Aaliyah, you're unreal. Am I? You dumped $880 million to prove integrity matters. Did. Smashed my fam's plans for me and Ebony. Did. Showed this whole room you flip lives without begging permission. Did. He crossed and took her hands. And you did it 'cause you love me enough to demand respect. She nodded, throat tight. Did. He dropped to one knee, room gasping. Aaliyah, marry me, not for approval, cash, or ease, 'cause we love hard enough to build real, on our terms. Breath held collectively. Aaliyah looked down. This man, finally steel-spined, choosing love over legacy. One more thing, she said. Anything. Gotta know you'll put us first. Over their money, nods, ties, all of it. I am. Especially if it means cutting them loose. She glanced at his parents. Loretta cried. Rage or regret. Dad aged instantly, shoulders slumped. Mrs. Richardson, Aaliyah called. Got words? Loretta wiped her eyes and stood shaky. Marry that woman. You're no son of mine. Gasps ripped. Jamal rose, hands still in hers, faced her square. Guess you ain't got a son anymore. He turned back. Aaliyah, I choose you. Over everything. Tears hit her then. Relief, joy, love flooding. Yes, yes, I'll marry you. Right now here. Applause exploded. Most anyway. Her fam cheered wildly. Biz folks clapped politely, Ebony grinning ear to ear. Jamal's crew? Gathering coats, storming out, friends trailing. Wait, Aaliyah called, hushing again. Parents paused at the door. One more for the road, she said. Heritage project? 2,000 jobs for folks like me. Hands-on workers, no grinds value. Pause. Every employee will know it happened because a North Memphis girl bet on talent over bloodlines. Loretta paled further. So every facility, every headline, every whisper in your circles, you'll remember, you tried humiliating someone stronger than you dreamed. They bolted, the door slamming, echoing. Room warmed instantly, intimate now. Jamal pulled her close. Are we really doing this now? Want to? More than air. Guess who stayed? Her true circle, his garage buds, Ebony and supporters getting the vibe. Uncle Ray, online ordained just in case, stepped up. Let's make it official. No fancy vows, heart spoken, partnership, dreams chased together, love over chains. Uncle pronounced them hitched. Cheers, real, heartfelt. Jamal kissed her, freedom tasting sweet. First dance? Someone's phone is blasting a slow jam. Amid spins, Aaliyah whispered, didn't dump 880 mil for spite. He pulled back. What? Classic dreams? Exclusive partner for heritage. Your shop blows up anyway. We build an empire together. He shook his head, amazed. You're terrifying, in the best way. Married a queen who plays chess, not checkers. Satisfaction settled deep. Not just revenge, but proof. She flipped the script, claimed her power. 3 months after that wild reception hall showdown, Aaliyah and Jamal hunched over spreadsheets in their new home office, sunlight slanting through blinds onto stacks of expansion plans. Heritage Automotive Holdings hummed, contracts rolling in, jobs sprouting like weeds in spring. Aaliyah punched numbers on her calculator, grinning. 8,000 employees now, baby. From nothing to this. Jamal leaned back, rubbing his neck. And Classic Dreams? Booked solid. We're killing it. Phone buzzed. Unknown number. Aaliyah picked up, voice clipped. Aaliyah Richardson. Pause, then a shaky breath. This is Loretta, Jamal's mother. Aaliyah's grip tightened, Jamal freezing mid-sip of coffee. They hadn't heard squat since the walkout. How can I help? We need to see you, both. Something to explain. Sniffle, crying. Jamal took the phone. Mom? What's wrong? Made terrible mistakes. Need to fix them. An hour later, they sat in the living room, tension thick as fog. Loretta looked shrunk. Hair loose, no makeup armor. Dad, Robert, hunched beside her, command gone, hands folded like a kid in timeout. Loretta started, voice cracking. Apologize, not just for the crap I pulled on Aaliyah, but how I raised Jamal, like love's a deal, arranged like stocks. Robert squeezed her hand. We both do. Judged you on background, not heart. Messed with our son's joy because of our bullshit fears. Jamal leaned forward. What flipped y'all? Loretta smiled sadly. We're different now, or getting back to who we were before money twisted us. She dug an envelope from her bag. Aaliyah, remember my buyout offer? Wasn't Robert's cash. Mine. Jamal blinked. Yours. Loretta breathed deep. Before marrying your dad, I was attorney Loretta Hayes. Fresh out of law school, fighting for black folks in the system. Poor communities hit with bogus charges, evictions, discrimination suits. Aaliyah's eyes widened. You were a lawyer. Gonna open a clinic for underserved families. Change lives, tear down barriers. Tears welled. But met your dad at a fundraiser. Charming, loaded. Said marry him, no more grind. Life of ease, focus on family. Robert shifted. Thought I was romantic, rescuing her from stress. Didn't see I was killing her fire. So I quit, Loretta said, voice breaking. Gave up dreams for luxury. Told myself that my wife and mom trumped all. But bitterness built. Resented him myself. Jamal stared. Never told me. Ashamed. Let someone else's vision steal mine. She locked on Aaliyah. Seeing you with Jamal, saw my old self, built success solo, no handouts. Hated you for it. You had the guts I lost. The room was hushed except for her quiet sobs. Robert cleared his throat. Backed her hate 'cause easier than owning our mess. Blamed you for our misery. What changed? Aaliyah asked softly. Watching Jamal choose you over our empire, Loretta said. Realized our boy had more balls at 26 than we ever did. Robert nodded. That night, after walking out, we exploded. The biggest fight in 30 years. Not about cash or status, about truth, who we'd become. Loretta wiped her eyes. Robert raged over losing Ebony's family ties. Social hits. I called him out. We'd screwed up royally, rejecting the best daughter-in-law ever. Aaliyah's breath caught. Robert defended her? Took 3 months to swallow pride, Robert said. Watched your companies boom. Folks raving about the self-made queen from North Memphis. Realized we ditched gold for fool's pride. We hit counseling, Loretta added. Marriage individual, whole shebang. Learned ugly truths, valued status over soul, control over love. Robert met their eyes. Angry 'cause y'all chose right, and we never had the nerve. So we shifted, Loretta said. I'm refreshing my bar creds, opening that clinic for black families in need. Fighting again. Jamal stood, wonderstruck. Serious? Dead, Robert said. Supporting her full, emotionally, whatever. Should have 30 years ago. But your biz, Jamal pressed. Social BS. Robert waved it off. Built an empire to impress assholes I hate? Control family over love? Nah. He eyed their cozy space. Y'all got real. Jobs changing lives, marriage on respect. We had toys, you got meaning. Loretta pulled the docs from the envelope. Why we're here, amends, real ones. Aaliyah took them. Investment proposal? 5 mil? Not loan, no strings, Robert said. Biz investment. Believe in what y'all build. Makes world better. Jamal scanned over her shoulder. 5 mil expands us 6 states. 2,000 jobs? Yep, Aaliyah said, stunned. 2,000 families lifted, Loretta said. Kind of impact we want in. But conditions, Robert added. Aaliyah tensed. What? Let us learn from y'all, Loretta said. Be part of meaningful shit. Not control. Align with your vision. Actively, Jamal asked. If you'll have us, Robert said quickly. Advise, support, no agendas. The next 3 hours flew. Biz talks, strategies, futures. But deeper, dreams, regrets, courage to pivot. As they rose to leave, Aaliyah stopped them. Loretta, Robert, one in beyond cash? As we grow, we need expertise. Loretta's face lit, years melting. Like what? Health programs for employees, Aaliyah said. Folks from rough spots, no doc access. Your clinic? Help build that in-house. Loretta teared up joyfully. Incredible. And Robert, Aaliyah continued, your contacts? Navigate expansions. Advise, no steering. Honored, he said, in service to your vision. At the door, Loretta turned. One more. Presumptuous, but... What, Mom? Jamal said warm. First time since they arrived. Your wedding got wrecked 'cause of us. Not what y'all planned. Nervous fidget. Consider another. Real celebration. Friends, family. Way it should have been. Aaliyah and Jamal swapped looks. We're hitched already. Don't need it, Robert added. But deserve it. Celebrate properly, with supporters. Chance for us to watch our son marry this powerhouse. Loretta grabbed Aaliyah's hands. Let us plan the dream wedding. Prove we support, not control. Heart swelled, mix of shock, warmth. Earn the right to be family again? And maybe, Robert said quietly, yours too, if we're lucky. 6 months later, on a perfect May afternoon, Aaliyah and Jamal's second wedding unfolded like magic. Loretta and Robert dove in, researching vendors for heart, not flash. Outdoor venue by the river, gardens blooming, fairy lights twinkling. Her dress? Stunner, elegant, personal touches. Loretta footed it, love in every stitch. Jamal's tux, picked with Robert, a day spent on real talk. Partnership, being a solid husband. Crowd, her fam beaming, Jamal's extended kin reaching out post-change. Cousins, aunts wanting in. The garage crew filled rows, employees toasting. Ebony is there with her girl Sarah, free now, career soaring. Front row, Loretta, Dr. Hayes reborn, and Robert, transformed duo. Ceremony flowed peacefully, vows on equality, chasing dreams hand in hand. Minister sealed it, cheers erupted. Jamal's kiss, victory, promise eternal. Reception toast, Loretta and Robert stood. 6 months back, we fucked up, Loretta said clearly. Tried breaking soulmates 'cause threatened by their shine. Robert stepped up. Jealous of Aaliyah's grit, we traded ours for status. Forgot love's about building, not chains. Raised glasses. To Aaliyah and Jamal, taught us courage over comfort, real over fake. To second chances, For marriages, dreams, families bold enough for love. Applause thundered. Aaliyah teared up, a happy awe at their glow-up. Alone on the terrace later, river murmuring, Jamal pulled her close. Dream wedding feel? Perfect. She gazed at the water. Best part? Your folks are rediscovering themselves. Falling in love is equal. He spun her. Dad dancing really well with Mom? Never seen him that free. And Loretta geeking on her clinic with Dr. Williams? Glowing. Biz news, she added. Heritage snagged €3 luxury deals. 5,000 jobs across 8 states. He stared. 5,000 families. Yeah, our grind paying forward. Overwhelmed, they danced under stars, reflecting. From hood hustle to empire, Tess forging an unbreakable bond. Aaliyah knew. One 'cause lifted others, not tore down. Real power? Empowering the next wave. So folks, if there's one takeaway from Aaliyah's wild ride, it's this. Real success ain't about where you start or the cash you inherit. It's built on grit, integrity, and lifting others along the way. No background can hold you back if you've got the heart to push through humiliation and turn it into power that changes lives. Now I gotta ask y'all, what would you have done in Aaliyah's shoes? Would you have given Jamal's family a second chance after seeing real change, or held on to the hurt? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share your own stories of overcoming odds or spotting that inner strength. I read everyone. Stick around, 'cause next video, we're diving into another epic tale of betrayal turned triumph that'll have you questioning everything about trust and ambition. Thanks from the bottom of my heart for watching. Y'all make this channel thrive. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.